Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with Chorus. Here you will take control of Nara, once the Circle's deadliest warrior. You are now their most wanted fugitive on a quest to destroy the dark cult that created you. In Chorus you will unlock amazing weapons and mind-bending abilities, along with Forsaken, your sentient starfighter, visit ancient temples, engage in exhilarating zero-G combat and venture beyond our waking reality into a dark universe teeming with mystery and rife with conflict. Explore epic locations such as sprawling space stations and strange planes of existence beyond our own. Engage in dogfights from epic cosmic void to tight crystalline corridors. People on Steam are talking that Chorus is one of the best looking space games to date. Very positive reviews are proof of that, but if you are still in doubt you can download and play Chorus demo on Steam absolutely free. Metro Saga Bundle. This is an absolutely amazing deal. For about €50 or dollars, you will get all 3 Metro games and Metro Exodus expansion pack, which contains 2 major pieces of story-driven DLC for the game. In one of these, instead of a well-known protagonist of the series Artyom, you will have the chance to see through the eyes of a brand new character, a colonel making his way back home to his son for New Year's Eve. That will not be easy. Slime is further consuming the tunnels, mutant attacks appear to be on the rise, and the precious green stuff that protects people from the radiation poisoning is running low. In another story, you will play as a US Marine at the Moscow embassy before the bombs were dropped, and that is just a fraction of what you get for this epic price. Achilles, Legends Untold. Here you'll take control of a man with a really weak heel but with very strong everything else. The journey will take you to many different corners of mythological lands where you will obtain powerful artifacts that will aid you in your quest. Before the release, developers were saying that the game will be Souls-like but not as hard as Souls games, so various action RPG lovers could play it as well. I think they missed the point with that. If someone doesn't like Souls-like genre, making it a bit easier will change nothing. It will still be frustrating and not fun for those people. So it's not Diablo, it's Dark Souls, and still in early access, meaning that if you buy it you can't complain and still look smart. If you decide to play it, make sure that you have a gamepad. Gris. As I shuffled through tens or even hundreds of discounted games in order to make this video, I accidentally saw that Gris has overwhelmingly positive reviews and my attention was hooked. And just look how beautiful this game is. The art style is absolutely stunning. People on Steam are talking that not only the art but everything in this game is great. Music, gameplay and even the story will leave you gobsmacked. And it's not so hard to believe what they say, just look at it. There aren't many things that are as beautiful as this game. Well, except boobs. Sorry Gris, you lose on this one. Ryse, Son of Rome. Just look at that ridiculous price tag. Well, when it appears. Ryse looks like God of War, Shadow of War and Assassin's Creed smashed together, and that is never a bad thing. He will take on the role of a Roman soldier who joins the army to avenge the slaying of your family and then become a hero who must fight to save the Roman Empire. Well, we all know that Roman Empire is no more, so spoilers, you failed. But in the end it doesn't really matter what you did or didn't. All it matters that you had fun by killing hundreds of enemies and did that in a satisfying manner. People on Steam are talking that Ryse, Son of Rome is really nice. The game is short, sweet and enjoyable. Very positive reviews left by 26,000 buyers can confirm that with ease. Elex 1 and Elex 2. Do not buy the full franchise that is advertised on the main Steam page. They say that buying everything will save you an additional 16%, but they are selling you Elex 2 soundtrack and digital extras for Elex 1 as well. You don't need any of this, I'm kinda sure of that. Better buy games separately and only the one you actually need. So Elex is set in a post-apocalyptic open-world science fantasy universe that puts you into a game world full of interesting characters, mutants, deep moral choices and a lot of action. You will slay monsters with melee weapons and also you will shoot them. Magic and lasers are in one game living together in harmony, because Elex wants to have it all. You know, 2 in 1. I think on Pornhub there is a special section for that as well. Anyway, both games have mostly positive review scores on Steam, so think twice before buying. Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition. This version includes the base game and all the DLC, so if you never play the game, it's the best version you can get. And the Kingdom Come itself is basically a realistic Skyrim set in medieval Europe. It has a great story, interesting missions, and a really beautiful world set in an ancient part of nowadays Czechia. So grab your sword and show everyone who's the real boss of Czechia is. Spoiler alert, not you probably. The harsh reality of level 1 villager that decided to become a warrior is not very pleasant. But you will learn and armies will fall by your feet sooner or later. Probably way later. Shadow Tactics: Aiko's Choice. This game is a standalone expansion of the Shadow Tactics franchise, meaning that you're not required to have the main game to play it, and that Aiko's Choice is a full game with no strings attached. It is set in Japan around the early Edo period. Aiko's Choice is a stealth strategy where the main protagonist is a master of camouflage and distracts enemies disguised as a geisha. But it's not the only character you will be able to control. An agile ninja, mighty samurai, young thief, wise marksman, and a perverted penis doctor joins your cause as well. Well, maybe not the latter, but you never know who's gonna jump to your aid unexpectedly. The Outer Worlds. Starfield was delayed until the next year without any exact release date, but there are a few games that can fill that space exploration void in your cold heart. One is definitely Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and The Outer Worlds is another. In general, if The Outer Worlds had a 10 times bigger budget, we probably wouldn't be waiting for Starfield, we would still be playing The Outer Worlds. The game is filled with petty humor, powerful guns, interesting monsters, and beautiful planets. Missions are really cool, and the characters are interesting as well. But when you play it, you can almost smell the lack of budget, because certain areas are really small and mountains block your way all the time everywhere you go. It was made from a grand idea of a Skyrim in space, but with a budget slightly bigger than an indie game. Despite that, The Outer Worlds is one of the best open world games I have played in the last decade. Pillars of Eternity 2: Deadfire. One of the best examples of party-based and turn-based RPGs out there. You'll hunt for a rogue god over the land and sea, captain your ship on a dangerous voyage of discovery across vast unexplored archipelago region of the Deadfire. You will bend over the world to your will as you explore the depths of endless possibilities, including detailed character customization, total freedom of exploration, and meaningful choices at every turn. Okay, maybe not all of them are meaningful and probably not at every turn as well, but the game is great. Bad comments on Steam are really rare. Breathedge. This is an ironic outer space survival adventure game where you will take on a role of a simple guy called the Man, who is just carrying his grandpa's ashes to a galactic funeral and suddenly finds himself in the middle of a universal conspiracy. A massive space hearse wrecks in a deep space, leaving the area filled with debris, coffins, dead passengers, and yourself. Now you have to survive in this interstellar dump, uncover a global conspiracy, save the princess, and prepare for a good dose of nice humor. Like really, this game is ridiculous. The Last Campfire. A single-player puzzle adventure game with overwhelmingly positive reviews. The puzzles game throws at you ranges from fairly easy to a medium. Nothing will bend your brains inside out in this game. I don't know if that's good, because I like hard puzzles in games. You know, I mean good puzzles that can be solved by pure logic and not by your math skills or other BS you are supposed to know. But, you know, you don't, because 15 years ago, when the teacher was talking about this stuff, you were aggressively drawing boobies on the desk with your ballpoint pen. So nothing like that in this game. If you fail here, it's a pure problem of your IQ, not the lack of knowledge. And as always, new week, new GoG Sale as well. Just look at these discounted games. You cannot just ignore this stuff. Most of these are amazing. My link to the sale is in the description below. Click on it and enjoy. Refunds on GoG are supported for up to 30 days and the games are DRM free. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.